Hey, hi, hello. My name is Emily, and thanks so much for hanging out with us on the Today Needs You podcast. This is where we have the chance to chat about all the things. I promise you we're going to tackle it all. I'm super pumped to hear from Kennedy on today's episode, so let's dive in together.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Today Needs You. My name is Kennedy Carter. I am so excited to host another episode. It's been a minute and I'm excited to get back. So, first things first, let me think. Do I have any new updates about my life? Oh, guys, I am almost done with my first year of college. Oh my gosh. I know when I have to move out of here, when I move, I'm gonna cry. Obviously, I'm gonna cry because I love my roommate. I love my little room, 301. 301 is the best dorm room ever. It is so fun. I'm gonna miss my friends. Being on campus as a freshman is just so fun. And my campus is super small. So, we have a porch. I love sitting out at the porch, looking out, seeing my friends. And campus is so quiet. I love it. I just love it. But I'm excited for what's up to come because, guys, my first big girl apartment. Whoop, whoop. I know this is new change. I'm so excited to decorate. Today in class during Spanish, I was on Pinterest. But don't worry, I was listening. I knew what he was talking about. But other than that, those are my little new updates. Almost done. First big girl apartment coming up with my roommate. Yeah. Yes, so that's really, really fun. Getting ready for the summer, all the things. But just in case this is your first time on listening, my name is Kennedy Carter. I am a freshman at Spelman College. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. Best place ever. It is I love it here. Originally I'm from Dallas, Texas. So Texas born and raised, but moved out here for college and just been living my little best life. But today, for this episode, we're going to talk about decision making. I feel like the upcoming month of April, there is a lot of decisions. You have for seniors deciding where you're going to go to school because April 1st is when a lot of the final college admissions let you know if you got in, if you didn't get in, things like that. What else? You have prom. Who's gonna be your prom date? Who you bringing to the dance? Things like that. If you're going by yourself, you're going with your friends. You also have decisions of what you're gonna do for summer, or for people who may be moving, where you're gonna go to school next year. Anyone that's in middle school, going into high school, you have all those big decisions. But you also have little decisions what are you gonna eat for lunch? What are you gonna do after school? All the decisions can be small, they can be big, but for me, I truly do believe they impact your life in some sense. And I would say decision making is one of I struggle. It is something that I've been able though to, I struggle with it really, really bad, but now I think for me, the best way that I've been able to fix it is really leaning into the Lord and knowing when he's telling me, yes, go this way. Or when I know to lean into that decision that, for instance, there's thousands of clubs on campus. I'm telling you, if I could, I would want to be in every single club. I love being involved. I love it. But I have also been picky because I don't want to be overwhelmed. And there have been some decisions that I've made about joining certain clubs based off what the Lord has told me to go in this direction. It just felt right. I just felt I was being called to head in that direction and I followed it. But there have been times where I have not. And it's kind of bit me in the butt, but we'll get into that. So the first thing I really like to do is just breaking down decisions. As I said before, decision making it's hard. It's really, really hard. I would say a decision of mine that really could have changed like my whole, I don't know, like I say it wouldn't have changed where I would have ended up at it would have changed where I've ended up at college, like where I am now. But I don't know. So let me explain. Let me give y'all a little background. So my junior year of high school, in the beginning, it was great. I was in cheer. I was junior class president. I created a pickleball club. Oh, not pickleball. What was it? Spike ball. Don't even know how to play spike ball. Just doing things. Just doing things. Doing things that just sounded fun. So we had spike ball. I made that. I was cheer captain. It was just a good year. And then we had a little situation going on with some bullying. So then it was me and my best friend. It was just a weird situation. And my best friend ended up leaving school. She ended up leaving the school we were at, like midway in the semester of going into our second semester. She ended up going to another school. And that kind of left me of like, what am I going to do? Because now it was like, I'm struggling by myself. Like I'm here by myself having to face what we were going through together. And it was really, really hard already. Like, guys, I'm not a crier, okay? I don't really be shedding tears. But all of a sudden, I was breaking down in class, crying about just situations. I would go home and like cry during my homework. Like, it was crazy. And like, I would pray and pray and pray. But like, it was just a time where life was very confusing. And my relationship with the Lord, I was confused as well. And what was going on with that? Like, it was just a hard, rough time. And I just confided in my parents a lot that year, like every night, telling them bar for bar what was going on, this and the third. And when my best friend had left, my parents were like, okay, like, do you want to stay or do you want to go? And I was like, get me out of here. I was like, get me out of here. I am not staying here to get bullied anymore. Get me out now. But I was ready to go. But to think about all the things that I was leaving, like I was cheer captain of my team and we had a competition coming up and I was already in the routine. And then I was junior class president and I had just had a lot of things that I was already committed to being there. I had been at the school for since second grade. So I was there for so long. So I had so many relationships formed with teachers and like administration, and me leaving would be just like cutting it all off and like just having to start anew. But I was ready for that. And yeah, I was ready for that. I think I didn't really think about, I don't know. I was just kind of putting myself first in that situation. And I remember one day my cheer coach, she's like, Kennedy, she told me to come down to her classroom to talk to her. She's like, Kennedy, are you leaving? Are you leaving me? And she started crying. And I was like, well, maybe, like, I don't know, like, and I talked to her and I think I came down to the result of, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay. I'm going to tough it out. I have my senior year left. I'm going to make the best of it. And it ended up being fine. And like, because of that situation, I was able to find my home here at Spelman and experience some of the best friendships I've ever had. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for my junior experience and me staying at the school I was at, I probably would have missed out on the opportunity of where I am today. And also learning. The experience I gained from that decision was it was incredible. Like, I really do, like, how can I say this? I feel my relationship with the Lord became stronger from the decision of staying at that school. Because it was a tough time, yes. It was a rough, I'm talking rough time staying at that school and having to stay in a place where I didn't feel loved all the time, but knowing that, like, the Lord, like, just trusting in him and knowing like, okay, just like, this is where I'm putting you. Like, it felt uneasy to me because it was uncomfortable, but sometimes you have to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. And also, I kind of knew the Lord has better for me. And the Lord, like, not like it's not going to reward, but I just knew, like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And that's actually what I wrote my college essay about, guys. So they need to get me into my schools. But other than that, like, decision making and, like, some decisions, I feel, especially that one, was one of the hardest ones, or one of the ones that the Lord was like, okay, go here. And I was like, no, I don't want to. But I listened and I stayed and I remained in him. And the end result of it was me graduating, me getting into my dream schools, me seeing that light and trusting in him was just something that I really, really like, am so grateful for. So yeah, breaking down decision making is just really just, I really do believe the best way to make, you can never really make the right decision. Like, I really don't believe you can do that because you don't really control your life. The Lord has a plan for your life already, and all you need to do is just remain in him and follow him, and he will guide you. I feel for me, I love to at times think about the end result or what the end result could be. Like with the decision making of not leaving my high school, if you would have asked junior year Kennedy, what do you think the end result is going to be? I would have been like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. I had no idea what the Lord had in store for me to come up to now. Like, it is crazy. But like for me, like right now with my decisions of college or not my, I would say my decisions for college, like I like to think about the end result and I like to think about if I do this, what if? But I feel what's best for me, because I'm an overthinker, is to not even think about that. Just knowing the Lord has me. The Lord's going to guide me. He's not going to put me in a situation where it's not fit for me. And I feel there's some situations that you may feel yourself, this is not fit for me. This is not where I'm supposed to be. But the Lord knows this is it. And I really do believe, like, that junior year of my high school year, like, it was rough, yes. And I felt this was not a good fit. But because of that junior year experience, I learned so many lessons. I learned lessons about how to be a good friend, what a true friend, like, what a really true two-way friendship is, what it means to be you, to do things that you want to do, not doing things that other people want to do, being different, speaking up. Learning to speak up, being able to speak up, but doing it in a well-mannered way. I would say decisions are, it's hard, but I just truly do believe you have to lean into the Lord to make sure that you not even making the right decision, but you just have to. Like, I just feel it's more of a stressful time going back and forth between something yourself and not even bringing the Lord into the situation or bringing the Lord into the decision. I feel that's more stress. That's more, that will make my chest hurt. That does not sound fun. And I've done that before and it's not fun. And I feel like even if it's small decisions, like, or big ones, to bring him in to those moments, into those decisions. Don't do it on your own. Don't think that you can do something. You know yourself better than he knows you. Because the Lord literally made you. He knows what is best for you. He knows what he has in store for you. And you need to trust in him and lean into him and abide in him so that you know which way to go. And that also, though, comes in, like, when it comes to decision making, the way that I've been able, like, in college especially, it's still kind of a struggle, though, because I won't lie, at times, like, for instance, like, there was a club or this organization that I know that I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was younger, I was like, I want to do this. Like, I've always wanted to do this. But then when it came down to it, something always kept holding me back and being like, no, like, it was like kind of like I was like being tugged back from that organization of joining it. And I just kept fighting it and kept fighting it and kept fighting it. And it felt like I was just doing more damage to myself, more damage. Yeah, I was just more damage on my like body, more damaged on like my mental state. And so it took for me literally like right now, or not even right now, like a little bit when I was planning for this podcast to realize like, Kennedy, like the Lord is telling you, this is not what I want. This is not where I want you to be. I have better plans for you, and I need you to listen to me, and I need you to lean in into what my word says, to know my voice, to differentiate my voice between the world's voice and what the world has going on and what I say I want you to go through. I want you to go towards, in the sense of the world voice. I would say for this organization is like, or someone telling me to do this organization is like, you're going to look so cool. Everyone's going to see you. You're going to look so cool. This is like the coolest thing ever for you to do. But then I feel like the Lord is like, Kennedy, think about it. This organization would bring you so much stress. Think about all the other things that you could be doing. You could be more involved in church. You could start a Bible study. Like I just feel there's, yes, like there's just so many other things that I feel the Lord was telling me when it came to this organization, and like how he was just like, no. I feel when it comes to being able to differentiate what the Lord is telling you, yes, go this way, and being able to like knowing that means digging into his word and knowing what he sounds like. Because if you don't look into his word and really like, I don't know, I like to annotate when I'm reading, like I'm looking at the Bible. I like to annotate it and highlight. If you're not really digging in, I really do feel like it can get confusing and you could lose his voice and you won't know what it sounds like. So the decisions are a little harder to make. But that's my one thing right there. Is my one big piece of advice is really leaning into the word so you know what his voice sounds like. Because his voice and that tug you kind of feel when you are trying to make a decision of going one way, I feel that's him. That's him being like, okay, go over here. Like, I know you want to go over there and make that decision, but no, go over here. And sometimes, even though his decision may go against what you want to do, you have to listen to him because he knows. He knows. He knows. And that is something that I'm grateful for because I don't know what I would do without him in my life. Like, because you know how many decisions we have to make every day? Like, and like the small ones, yes. The big ones, like going to where you're going to go to college, who's going to be your friends, like, those are some big decisions and those have like big impacts in your life. But if you just listen and sit still and be in him, like those decisions will be made on their own and you won't even notice it for real. Like college, my main thing was I'm going to let him decide for me. I applied to 16 schools and guys, yes, that was very unnecessary. I did not need to do that, but I just wanted to. And I knew what my top 3 were. And I just let him pick for me. And there were times where I tried to go against it. There were times where I was like, I'm going here. And he was like, girl, no, you're not going there. You're going here. And where he has placed me is like just my second home. Like I am so grateful for where I am right now. And I'm so happy that I did not go against his decision. And there have been times where I have questioned it, but I shouldn't be questioning it. I shouldn't doubt him. I shouldn't doubt what he has in store for me because he's Lord. Like, I shouldn't doubt it. And I should know that he has a plan and that I don't need to know his plan. I just need to follow him and remain in him. And yeah, that's what I have to say about decisions, guys. I really do believe decisions are hard, 100%. It's a hard thing. It's something very hard to decide, of course. But I really do believe remaining in him and listening to him, digging into his word will help you. a ton. And being still and like letting it just happen is amazing. It's something amazing that I have discovered, especially here in college, like, especially with friends, like being still and being like, okay, Lord, do your thing, and following him is the best results. But guys, I hate to say it, it's come, our time has come to an end. But once again, my name is Kennedy Carter. I'm so excited. I got to talk to y'all again today. And I just challenge y'all to be still. Be still. I challenge you to pray about decisions. I challenge you to get into the word and to know the difference between his voice and the world's voice. And yeah, so yes, I can't wait to talk to y'all next week.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you want more from our community, follow us on social media at allthethings.community. We also hang out every day on the Daily Bible Things podcast, and you can check those out in the show notes. Have a great week, and don't forget, today needs you.